up? It's your boy Blade, aka the Anomaly, producer extraordinaire, super duper producer. Basically, some of y'all know me, some of y'all don't. I've been behind the scenes for a couple of years. I've done tracks like Cherish featuring Young Jock, Killer, Sierra to the Stage, Nelly featuring Diddy, Thousand Stacks, Hurricane Chris, No Worries. A bunch of stuff a little scrappy, Mac 10, the list goes on. I also did the music for Tardy for the Party for Kim on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Some of y'all may have seen me on the show on season 2, and me and Kandi and Don Vito all in the studio talking about the song. So yeah, I did the music for that. And I also just recently did like 9 or 10 joints on the Kandi Factory season 1. So what I wanted to do, just kind of as a little treat, is kind of break down how I did some of those tracks. I'm gonna try to release a video every week, just breaking down how I did the particular tracks for that episode. This week's episode, we got Matthew Cash with the song Single, and Majan, aka Muji, with the song Fly Chick. So I'm gonna break down how I put together both of those tracks. So right now we're gonna focus on Single by Matthew Cash. So check it out. So this is a fairly simple track, so there's not a lot of sounds in it. It's not too much going on, it's not too busy. So it's basically composed of 2 sequences: the breakdown, which is the intro and the hook, and then the verse part. So so I'm gonna just go track by track just to kind of show y'all how I put it together. First track was the snare, so it's basically a snare I found in Battery, just a real simple 808 type of snare. I had a little filter on it, you know, Battery's got the vintage emulation, so I used the SP1200 filter on that snare to give it a little more crack. Then I layered it with kind of like 808ish kind of clap. And on the second half of the break, I bring in another clap. It's kind of a wider kind of clap, just to give it some build, you know, and make everything just kind of sound like it's getting bigger and it's more going on. So you got this clap, and then this clap. And I brought in, you know, you can't really go wrong with some A's. You know, I got my own little A that I recorded and made the sound the way I want it to sound. So then I brought that in. You know, that's actually me and some friends. We made that years ago in the studio. Shout out to Irvin, Texas. You know, we made that years ago, and I just use it whenever I need an A. It just always works. So threw that in there. Got that. So I got a drum loop that I threw over the top of it just to give it some more energy. I threw a little phaser effect on it to give it some more flavor. This is the drum loop by itself without the effect. With the effect. Added that in there with everything else. And I found another drum loop that I liked, and I kind of played them together by accident because I was trying to choose between one or the other, and then I just liked the way it sounded together, so I just ended up leaving it like that. That's what it sounds like, but I put the phaser on that one as well. It just made it sound real busy and crazy and hype, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna leave it. So then, let's see, what else did I add next? Then you got the main sound that drives the song is the little synth lead. I basically pulled that out of Zeta, just to It's a dope lead. I like the way it sounds. I modified it a little bit to tweak it to how I like it. You know, mess with the chorus effect a little bit. Put a little compression on it. Mess with the EQ a little bit down here. And that was really it, you know. Yeah. So that's basically, you know, I just played with some little MIDI notes and patterns and came up with this. Then you add in everything else. Feel that energy, it's like something about to happen. You know what I'm saying? So of course, you know, you gotta have some thump in there. So then I brought in a little sub bass from Dimension. I'm a cakewalk dude, you know, I use Sonar. I use Sonar instruments like Zeta, Dimension, as well as a lot of other stuff. But I know some people don't really mess with cakewalk too much, but I love it. So it's not about what you use, it's about how you use it and mastering what you use. So it doesn't really matter. It's Pro Tools, Fruity Loops, Logic, whatever. If you dope, you dope, and just master what you got. So you probably wouldn't be able to hear the sub bass unless you really got some good speakers, because it's a real deep bass. But I'll play it anyway. So I got my sub going on while everything's going on. So you can see the notes there. You probably can't hear them unless you got some good speakers, like I said. So those are the MIDI notes I played, and just brought it in with everything else. It comes in like on the second half of the break. The sub is riding. If you're in the club right now, the shit is rattling. The sub is hitting. And I added some horns to go along kind of with the same melody as the sub bass. I think, yeah, Nexus. Just some basic horns in Nexus. So yeah, those are the horns I used there. I like the Nexus horns, but I wanted something a little more gritty on top of it to make it really stand out. So you got those, and you got that. Then you put them together. That basically makes up the break. So then during the verse, I just brought in some separate drums. I wanted some real big drums to drop in. Now you got these three now. And just give it some whip on top of it, you know what I'm saying? So there you got that. Then on the second half of the verse, I bring in the hi-hat. Real basic hi-hat sound. Then I use a little note repeat function on battery. For when I needed to, you know, give me that rapid fire, you know, kind of trap style hit. So. Each 8 bars, when the verse turns, I got a dope little drum fill sound. Then you got to have the knock. So of course, you know, I got a nice little 808 drum thumping in there. Let me see. There you go. You might have to turn your speakers down on that, because that's kind of real. That's powerful right there. That's real shit right there. Then the rest is just kind of spice. I got some little horn builds that I took off of the Phantom. That's all it is. So got that. Then I think I got some brass, just some stabs from Nexus that I really like. There you have it. That's pretty much the entire track. Nothing too fancy. I wanted to keep it kind of simple, kind of open, just so Matthew's vocals could shine and it wouldn't be too much going on, conflicting with what he was doing, because I know he raps kind of fast, kind of rapid. So if it was a whole bunch going on in the track, it could be too much. So I decided to keep it simple and open, and you see what happened. He made a dope record. Kandi wrote a dope hook. Record came out pretty hot. I was really pleased with it. Matt is dope. I wish you guys could have got to see a little more of the recording process, but you know, it's TV, it is what it is. They got to cut things down. Despite the way it looks on camera, I am actually there during all of this stuff. Even though you don't see me, you will see me on a future episode, but as of right now, it looks like I'm nowhere to be found, but I am actually there throughout this entire process. But yeah, that's it, man. That's the track. Single by Matthew Cash on the Kandi Factory. A Blade exclusive. Glad y'all got to see it. Appreciate y'all watching. Stay tuned for the next one when I break down John's Fly Chicks track. It's on the same episode. I'll holler at y'all. Varsity Productions, Blade, a.k.a. the Anomaly. I'm out.